Welcome to the Team Ottawa podcast with Mayor Mark Sutcliffe. I'm Sam Laprade.
Hi, Sam.
It's so wonderful to be here. Now,
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Last week, I got up very early on a Sunday morning because I wanted to see marathoners cross the finish line. You crossed before everyone else. Tell me why.
Not because I won the race. Let's be clear about that. You got up early, and I got up a little bit earlier than that.
Very much so, yes.
So as I think we talked about last time, I've pledged that we're going to end youth homelessness in Ottawa by 2030. I'm very committed to that, and it's been amazing to see the community rally behind that. And so I wanted the marathon this year to be about youth homelessness. So we raised a huge amount of money. I set a goal of raising $100,000. We actually raised about $123,000 for the Ottawa Community Foundation's fund that is aimed at ending youth homelessness. They created that fund based on my pledge, and so it's been great to see their support of this. So I wanted to kind of tell, a bit of a story with this marathon. And so I got up at early in the morning and I started running at 4 a.m. when the streets are dark and lonely, when the route is not closed for the marathon, where you have to figure out your own way, a little bit like how people who are homeless are navigating the system on their own too often. And the resources aren't there to support them. So I ran from 4 o'clock until roughly 8 o'clock. And then I walked across the finish line with all of our great community partners, Operation Come Home, the Alliance to End Homelessness, Youth Services Bureau, the Ottawa Community Foundation, United Way East Ontario, all these great organizations that have gotten behind this pledge. We all walked across the finish line together. So it was a very special moment, and I'm glad we raised so much money.
It was very inspiring for sure, and congratulations.
Thank you
on all of that. Let's shift gears a little bit. When we're heading west or east, sort of around that Woodruff Pinecrest area, It has been challenging. I've been driving it, but we've got some solutions.
We're working on it, and look, it's always challenging when there's construction, and we all want better roads and sidewalks. We all want to have them in great shape, but when we have to fix things, we have to close them. And so, there's a lane of the Queensway in either direction that's closed, and it's led to huge bottlenecks when people are going through that part of the city on the Queensway. And it's also had a spillover effect into neighboring communities because the traffic has just, been so congested. So I directed city staff roughly a week ago to find some solutions. The good news is we are going to get the construction done 3 weeks sooner than we originally planned. We've been working with the Provincial Ministry of Transportation. The 417 is a provincial highway. We've been working with them on some plans to get it all done sooner. So it'll be finished roughly the beginning of July, a few days after that, 3 weeks ahead of schedule if everything goes well. And we've been working on mitigating the traffic impacts in the surrounding neighborhoods as well. So anytime we have construction like that, it's always disruptive. You always want to get it over as fast as possible, but then at least we get, the benefit of progress as a result. So not an ideal scenario, and I've heard a lot of feedback about it, but we're working on a better outcome.
Mm-hmm. And talking about our city and making it the most accessible we can so everybody can enjoy everything the city has to offer, there's been a couple of very big movements towards accessibility. Yeah,
I actually proclaimed it National Accessibility Week in Ottawa, and very proud to do that. I've been working with Councillor Marty Carr, who is our liaison with our Accessibility Advisory Committee and has been doing a great job with that. And with Kyle Humphrey, Super Kyle, who's a great guy, very inspiring accessibility advocate for our city. And a couple of things that are noteworthy. We're buying a couple more paratranspo vehicles. We're extending the hours of paratranspo on Fridays and Saturdays to better align with the LRT schedule, because that's what the community was asking us to do. And I'm sure you've seen this, Sam, when you are going into a local business. There's often a little ramp that says stopgap on the side of it. Unfortunately, that stopgap organization wasn't able to continue its work. Mm-hmm. And Kyle came to us and said, is there anything we can do? And we're actually putting a little bit of money behind it to keep it going so that they're able to do more of these ramps. and make more businesses in our city accessible. We want a city where everybody feels welcomed and has access to everything, and where nobody feels like they're having a different experience in the city than someone else. So we want the city to work for everyone, and working with our accessibility advocates and partners, we're doing more of that.
Well, that is good news for sure. I think in the last, 6 months, I have heard more about defense companies and strategy than ever before. And there
big
have
priority.
been next steps in terms of strategy as well.
Yeah, it's been really good, and a great example of the progress we've made. I attended for a couple of days this CanSec event at the Cohere Center, formerly the EY Center near the airport. That event has just grown exponentially in the last few years. They're running out of space there. And there were so many local companies displaying their products to international delegations from all over the world. And this is about important things like protecting our country. It's about cybersecurity. It's about protecting the men and women who serve our country in the Canadian Armed Forces. And a lot of the technology, the innovative technology that is being developed right now, is being developed in Ottawa and in Gatineau. So it's a really exciting time. And CanSec was a great example of just how far we've come.
And I attended a really fun event this week, and I noticed you were there as well. And we were celebrating the greats in sports here in Ottawa.
We were, and Ottawa's a great sports town. I think we punch way above our weight in terms of sports. We host a lot of national and international events. We're home to 8 or 9 different high-level amateur and professional teams like women's hockey, men's hockey, women's soccer, men's soccer, basketball, lacrosse, and so much more. So we had the Ottawa Sports Hall of Fame Awards the other night. And I'm just going to go through the list of people, because these are all people that I get to, watch playing sports, like Rachel Homan and Emma Miskew from Canada's world champion curling teams and Olympic bronze medalists as well. I'm huge fans of both Rachel and Emma. They're Ottawa grew up as Ottawa girls, started playing together at a very young age. Very inspiring story. Jason York, defenseman for the Ottawa Senators. Val Saint-Germain, who was played professional football, including here in Ottawa. Keith Brown, who I think is 97 years old now. We just named a community space after him in La Roche Park near Mechanicsville. He's a guy who's just done so much volunteering, coaching teams, and also looking after the outdoor rinks in his community over the course of his life. Very impressive guy. The 1976 Rockland Nationals, 50th anniversary of their championship, and some great legacy award recipients as well. Just such an honor to celebrate all of these sports legends in our community.
Well, we will finish on that inspiring note. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Mayor. Appreciate
Always
your
great to
time.
see you, Sam.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us for the Team Ottawa podcast with Mayor Mark Zuckerman.